mutation is the key to our evolution. It has enabled us to evolve into the dominant species on the planet. This process normally takes thousands and thousands of years, but every few hundred millennia, evolution leaps forward. Bum, 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 bum. Guys.
I'm sorry.
I
don't actually know the theme.
I love
You
Gavin
just
and
listened to it
Gavin
twice!
I love that Gavin and I both decided that it was going to be Brent who just does it on his own.
Yeah.
Well, okay, shut up and cut it, and then I'll do it by myself if you really want me to.
Alright.
Bum, 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 bum. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I was there as the bell. That's it.
Thank you.
I
Thanks for
vote
the
that we
bell.
don't cut any of that and we just keep it all together.
Okay. All right. All right. Fine. I'm just gonna sit the rest of the episode out. I'm just that's it. I'm done.
Welcome to
last
2Kiwis
episode-
and Cheese.
Oh, fuck.
I'm Wolverine.
I'm Professor Xavier.
Hi, I'm Rabbit Drake, also known as Bobby, also known as Iceman.
Hello.
Yeah, and
my
we're the
mutants.
we're the
So-
mutational
Welcome to
Xylophone
class.
I got a couple hundred episodes ago. I don't know how many episodes we've had. I took over one of the episodes
somewhere around there.
almost entirely about Greek mythology. I this time booked an entire episode to talk about something I love, the X-Men. I have got a
Mutants are the
list,
future.
I've got a list of the weirdest X-Men. Not just X-Men, mutants. Yeah. That I definitely compiled and are not going to just be doing it off the top of my head.
I think it's better if you do it off the top of your head
Yeah,
anyway.
honestly, it's more genuine.
It's good because it is off the top of my head.
It's what
That's
we're
good.
stuck with.
And it's going to be
Yeah.
higher quality, higher reality. That's what you get when you listen to the 2Kiwis&Cheese podcast. I'm Professor Xavier.
I love the X-Men. I have a stack of X-Men comic books that are probably, I don't know. Should I use imperial or metric?
Metric.
Choose.
Metric. They'd probably get up to about a meter if I stack them all. Maybe a little bit over.
In freedom units. That's like
For all the people with a
Yard.
foot fetish, probably
Yeah.
2 feet,
Oof. That's the
3 feet.
that's the an oof.
Mutation, 3 feet.
Evolution leaps forward.
Oh god.
Instead of starting off the list, I'm going to talk about the not funniest, kind of funniest thing, it like existing in terms of like mutant, mostly in comic books, not the movies, but just purely in the comics, because the comics exist in a world with people like Captain America.
They get a lot weirder.
They're a lot weirder in the thing, but mutants are, a lot of the characters were based on, kind of based on minorities, and there's a lot of stuff about racism and prejudice in them, and there are like a large majority of the population of it's always the States. Like a majority of the stories takes place in the States, but racism and prejudice there. When you've got people like Captain America around, and he just never really does anything, you know.
Yeah.
Like you've got in the comics, there's riots about mutants, and there's people like Senator, what's his face?
Amidala.
No,
That's yeah. Oh, who's
Um,
the other senator dude that's that hits on Padme? Is it that dude?
no. Senator Robert Kelly. I always forget his name,
okay.
but he's always
That is a very American name.
It is.
Yeah, that's yeah.
But he's always
I'm
like
Robert Kelly and I approve this message.
Literally
he's
could be a
always
president,
involved.
and like I wouldn't have known. Like it could have been one of like the fucking I don't.
Nah, it's not good enough to be a president's name. It's definitely a senator level name.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so you have?
Anyway.
Is that how you
He's-
get to be president?
Yep, that's how you get picked to run.
He's so yeah. There's like guys like Senator Robert Kelly, Senator Kelly, who's obscenely racist towards the Optimus mutants. But then you've got people like Captain America who just like don't really deal with it.
Just couldn't give a shit.
Yeah, like the X-Men as a thing existing on their own in like a universe, it's like it's fine. Like it makes like makes sense.
Keeps them busy, you know. Keeps them
with
in
a grain of
work.
salt. That makes sense. But then you've got people like existing in the world with people like Captain America who are at some points involved with the government, and they just like don't really do anything. It's kind of it raises a few eyebrows.
Yeah.
But yeah. Should I go into my list then? I guess.
Sure.
Sure.
Wait, your
Um,
list. What do you mean? Oh, your list of
Yeah, his list.
Yeah. Whack
Oh.
ass X-Men.
wax
start off-
ass
air quotes
X-Men.
list.
We'll start off with my favorite of the whack ass X-Men. It's a guy called Forget Me Not. His entire mutant ability is that nobody remembers him.
So is he just like the silence then?
I feel
It's just like,
so.
you can
bad
only
for the
remember
guy.
them while you're looking at them.
It's not.
Ben's not got there yet.
It's
I
not
know.
just like people. It's like
Wait,
everything. So
animals?
it's even like technological systems and shit like that.
Oh, they can't even recognize them.
No.
Okay.
Wait, how
Yeah.
the hell does that work? Wait, can a camera can
It's
you take a
mutant
picture of it?
ability. Like it just won't like they won't see him or something like that.
Oh, weird. Like
Yeah.
you can't take a picture of them. They race it, or
Well,
do they like?
it's like there's like a delay to it, I guess.
Mhm.
It's like it's not it's like memory, I guess.
Like you snap the picture and like it looks like you took a picture of him, but then you like go into the folder and then he's just not in the picture.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think it may be more like he's on the photo and all that kind of stuff, but as soon as you look away, it's gone. Like you don't remember.
Mhm.
But
So it is kind of like the
it has actual practical abilities in the sense that guns will miss. Like you
What?
fight, you can shoot at it,
What
and
the
it'll miss.
fuck?
How does that work? Well, how does that physically work in the universe? How does that work?
Well, there are someone else will kind of bring up later down the line, but it just kind of like messes with probability, I guess.
Oh, like a domino or whatever.
I
their
said
name
I'd bring
is.
it up later.
Okay, okay. They're not that obscure. They're like a main.
Yeah, when did I say obscure?
I guess they are just
I said weird.
yeah, weird. Weird.
Um,
I mean, they're all pretty weird, aren't they?
yeah, I mean that's yeah. Um,
There's nothing wrong with being an X-Men. I'm sorry. I would like to apologize to all the X-Men. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I called you weird.
you should.
Oh gosh.
Um,
And I'm gonna have Wolverine clawing at my ass. Damn it. Shit.
Clawing
So-
up, clawing at.
moving on, we've got a guy named Glob. Or
Yeah.
Is he just like a Minecraft slime?
well,
Is he the
his
guy
name's
that?
Glob Herman, right? And imagine a
Glob.
skeleton with like intestines and shit,
Ew.
and then there's just like a glob of pink gel around him with
I
like
hate
eyes
it.
that aren't in the skull, they're in the glob, but then the like there are things connecting from the back of the eyes in through the eyes to the brain.
Oh.
Oh yeah, so it's like one of those diagrams that you would see in school.
Oh, he could. He should totally turn
Yeah.
up for biology, and they could be like, "Here you go. This is what's
Oh,
in
yep,
you."
that'd work. His other
That's
name,
great.
he's also known by the Inhuman Torch, because his body,
What?
that glob thing around him is technically a, it's like a wax.
Mm.
It's a biological wax. It's highly flammable, but it doesn't hurt him. So he sets himself on fire sometimes.
Is he like regenerative? Like, does the
Well,
glob
it
come
doesn't
back?
damage it.
Oh,
It's like your earwax. Just-
ew. Can he
Yeah,
like
it
go
just keeps
through
coming
like
back.
under a door, like because he's like go?
Well, no,
gooey?
because he's got a skeleton.
You still got a
Aw,
skeleton.
lame. Fuck.
It's just,
Yeah, he can.
it's just a
Shit.
glob.
Yeah, so it's somewhat regenerative because he can like fling bits of it.
Oh, I know what he could do. He could be really good at taking people's like fingerprints, right? You know, he goes to the crime scene, he puts his like hand down,
Yeah,
and he's like,
yeah.
it's like those. You ever had like it's like
Aha.
Putty. He's like Putty Boy,
Yeah, yeah,
but he's got
yeah.
a skeleton in it. That would be the worst Putty, but like that's what he's like. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
it'd be good to get the
Um,
dust out of your keyboard too. You know.
Oh yeah, he'd be a good. He, you know
Oh, he'd
what?
be so
He
good.
could
I'd
be a
invite him
card
around to my house and be
detailer.
like, "Can you just like lay on my Lego, like real quick?"
Just
I bet
all-
he's a pain to get clean as well. He's like always covered in like cat
Yeah.
fur and like.
Well, and you think
Shit.
the glob probably like it folds, so like it gets folded in, so you know it's in there now.
Ooh, he's like ooh.
ew. Yeah.
Mhm.
Moving on, we've got another lovely character called Warlock. So the past two have been part of the New Mutants, which are like the young, because like the X-Men kind of grew up from being young mutants into the adult mutants. So the New Mutants were created as the young mutants, kind of thing, where it's like the precursor to joining the X-Men. Yeah.
Right.
What?
Anyway, Warlock is not a mutant human. He's a mutant from a species called the Phalanx. And he kind of, by association, he's a mutated from his own species. He's allowed to be part of the mutants. He
Yeah.
basically, I've made him out of Lego, right?
Yeah.
And I made him using the torso of one of the Outriders, and then the legs and arms off of the black and gold suit Spider-Man. Because that's basically it. He's a very thin humanoid. Yeah, so Phalanx,
You're fine.
they're Phalanx species. It's like a black silhouette with a lot of like technological gold, yellowy lines on it. and then he's got a very cartoony face, and then his hair is spiked, looks like a hedgehog, basically. He looks whack. And like, it's interesting. There are X-Men who aren't technically mutants in it. Like, there's Juggernaut who can run through things.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
It's
And
the
he goes,
unstoppable force kind of thing.
Yeah.
But he can Phalanx. Warlock is a Phalanx, but Warlock kind of, yeah. He's like he's almost like a vampire, where like he feeds on things,
Like
like
blood?
absorbing energy.
Oh, an energy vampire.
Yeah, and then he can also kind of shapeshift a little bit.
Right.
And he is similar to Upgrade from Ben 10, but more. There's a guy from the newer season called Malware, who is one of the Upgrade species, or the Galvanic Metamorphs, which is the actual species name. But he, instead of upgrading other things, he uses them to upgrade himself. Like
Right.
the robot from the end of that one. Is it Starboy? Starboy's the name of that thing, right?
Starboy.
What? Who's that little kid robot guy?
Oh,
Who's like-
Astro Boy.
Astro Boy. Yeah,
What's this from?
you guys remember the Astro Boy movie?
No,
No.
I remember there was like a comic or a kid. I remember Astro Boy when I was a kid, but I don't remember what it was from. And I
There was an
didn't
Astro
watch
Boy
the
movie from 2009, and the villain thing at the end absorbs stuff to make himself
Oh,
stronger.
okay.
That's
Oh.
kind of what Warlock does. It's also what another Marvel character called Agent Venom does, where he like absorbs weapons. And yeah. Anyway, this is what Warlock can do. It's just weird because he's not a mutant human. Everyone else is like a mutant human. Well, not everyone else, but yeah, and most other he's only really allowed because he's a mutant from his species, which is funny in my eyes. He looks whack. Like, if you guys were to Google X-Men Warlock, you'd
Okay.
see he looks whack.
Here I go.
Mhm.
Yep.
What the hell? What the heck? He's like a metal.
Oh, what the fuck?
He looks like,
like if-
something from Return to Oz. He looks like the guys on the rollerblades.
He looks like a mix
Wheelers.
between them and like I don't know, man. That's
He
just
looks
weird.
like the Wheelers. Like an upright wheeler.
Sorry. So the team that the Phalanx was. It's the species, but the race is called the Technarchy. I don't know. So I can't remember if it's Phalanx or Technarchy, which are the name of the species. Anyway, that's what he looks like. It's really whack.
Yeah, it is. It honestly looks terrifying. Like,
Yeah, I
what
mean, if
the
that thing
heck?
ran up to you and it was absorbing.
I would
Yeah.
piss my pants. Jesus. That
Now
thing
it gets
came out to
really
me.
weird because, like, in like I can't remember if it's how recent it happened, but the dude like died kinda, and then absorbed with another guy called Doug, and they became a guy Douglock.
Okay, then.
Yeah,
Douglock.
Douglock. Yeah.
Okay. Doug.
Well, it's
A
cool.
guy
They
called
kinda had-
Doug.
The guy's name was Cypher, but his real name was Doug, right? And they joined together, like, because he died and like the other one died, and it was just kind of like whack.
Hello, new Doug.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, why? But like, Cypher wasn't all that great because his own thing was just like he's just Google Translate.
Mm-hmm.
for like any language. Which, when you think about it, why would you become an X-Man? You know?
Yeah.
Sport.
Yeah, but like I guess it kind of worked, and he could speak binding, like he could talk to machines as well.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
So it's
So
like Echo in the Bad Batch.
yeah, yeah.
Interesting. See, I would love to be able to.
I really gotta turn this stupid alarm off. Shut up.
See, I would love to have that capability, like Echo, and just like have like a USB in my finger, like, and then I just stab it into a computer port and just like interface with it. I love that.
Well, you
be
said
fun.
you were going to. I thought you. I thought you were still talking about the translate thing. I thought you were like poke
Oh,
people and
no.
be like talk.
Talk.
Translate them.
No, I said it. They probably get like put like cookies in my brain.
Oh yeah, true.
I don't
You'd
know
get
if I want that.
viruses or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I was gonna leave this guy to talk about later, but I really want to talk about him now because I can't hold it in. There's
Alright.
this guy called Bailey Hoskins. Alias is exceptional, like with an X. Exceptional. It's X-Men, like they do shit like that.
Mhm.
He had a wonderful power. He could blow up once.
Fuck! I
'Cause it
just
kills
told me
him.
about this guy.
Wait.
It's so stupid.
Wait.
How does he
It's
know he
wait,
has this
wait.
power? By the way.
They like Professor X scanned and like found him, and was like,
Oh,
"Oh no,
okay.
don't use your power."
Wait, wait, so so this guy's just a suicide bomber.
Exactly. So he
What does
joined
he
the
do?
X-Men.
Like, surely he
They
could
put him
just
in a
like.
mech suit.
He what?
They just put him in a mech suit.
That's boring.
I know.
I
it was
mean,
just
he
like,
would have felt left out otherwise. He's got all the worst part of being a mutant. He's being pursued by everyone for being a mutant, but then he's just useless. Like he has nothing to like give out as being a
yes.
mutant.
I can
He left out. They gave him a suit.
I can commit one serious atrocity if I feel like dying.
he's just it's so funny. Yeah,
It's like a nightlock pill, but like
it
deadly
works
to
on
everyone around them.
Yeah. Also, actually, before I like search up Glob Herman, because you guys should have seen what he looked like as well.
We
Club
could give our
Herman
audio description.
X-Men.
Oh, geez, he's terrifying too.
Oh,
What the heck?
God.
Oh, okay, some of it isn't
Oh, look at this head. What is
Now,
What's
do you see what I mean about the human eyes? And
Yeah.
that then they're in the goop, but they're connected back through the eye socket into the brain through like the nerve. I don't know what they're called.
if you got rid of the bones, he would be kind of cute.
He'd look like Bob, but with two eyes from like
Yeah.
not Monsters vs Aliens.
Yeah. Be kind of cute.
Like I think
looks like
so I want to make this.
If
I
you
wanna
stuck
make
a
this
straw
guy
in
a
him, do you
Lego.
think he tastes like strawberry?
I don't know if you'll be able to suck it out.
What if he let you?
Like try suck
Yeah,
it.
what
like,
if he let me
try-
suck him?
So like he's stronger than jelly. It's difficult to suck jelly out through a straw.
I mean, how much experience you got with this?
Less than you.
Um,
I'm pretty sure his brain's like in his stomach though as well.
Yeah,
know,
I
I
just
can't
saw
remember.
this picture. His brain is like where his like
Then why
intestines
does
or
I-
stomach
I think he
are
can move it around.
to like
Then what's-
protect it. Like he takes a bullet or something, and the brain like just moves to the
Yeah.
other side of his body.
Yeah, surely
I
you're
don't
gonna
I
keep
do
that in your
find it like
skull. That's like the only protection he's got, really, right? He should
yeah,
just keep
I
it
do
in
find like it the gelatin the wax shit is actually remarkably strong.
He's like Flubber.
A little bit, yeah.
Huh.
Why is this image blocked? But that one's not.
Who's the next one I should talk about?
Sure, why
Go
not?
through my
Maybe
list.
if they do a recolor of that like gooey stuff for the new dreams, like the head,
Yeah, I
you
know.
could like
I got
you
the
do
green
it
one.
pink. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, like this fan art of him is actually kind of cute.
Which one?
That one is horrifying.
Which fan art? Describe it.
Uh, it's just like a white background, and he just looks like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Like
Is it
the
from
skull looks more smiley and
UncannyXmen.net?
less like I'm gonna eat your face. You know?
Is it
Right.
from Glob Herman UncannyXmen.net?
No, it's from Amino Apps. Glob Herman Marvel Amino. And there's also one from Reddit that's kind of cool. Day 52 of drawing X-Men characters, Glob Herman.
I found the one. But like his eyes are like okay. Anyway, don't talk about this on stream.
Yeah, and
not on
you
stream, on the podcast, that one.
we're on
Next
some
one
form of
is-
media.
I'm not. This isn't. This next guy isn't. His power is weird, but like they did it weird. They didn't do it well in the movie. His name's Darwin, right?
Oh yeah, I remember
And his
him.
power is literally he can't be killed. And they kill. He's the only one who dies from the team. You know, it's just like that. Why?
See, that sounds
He was
just like a
cool.
bad superhero, because, like... Oh, man, that just sounds like one of those, like almost Superman type things. It's like, oh, he can't die.
No, but it
but,
wasn't just like
then there's
he
this
couldn't
guy,
like if
No,
the bullet
and he
pinged
can
off.
kill
Oh
him.
It
no,
was like
you
he
have to say
adapted.
no. He evolves so he wouldn't die in that situation.
Oh,
really
So, like
cool.
if he's falling, he would like evolve wings. If he's like you see him, he puts his hand in the water and evolves gills. He
Huh.
he if someone's like whacking him with something, this is happens in the movie. He evolves like an exoskeleton over that
Yeah.
spot. Like it's cool.
Freaking
Broke a
Kevin
right?
Bacon
Cancer.
killed him. It's
And
terrible.
then Kevin Bacon,
Kevin
like,
Bacon
like
killed him?
Yeah,
Kevin Bacon.
broke out footloose and just freaking danced all over his corpse. It's terrible.
It's
Kevin
not,
Bacon
not even
not
like...
only killed him, he like sensually
Yeah,
fed him
that's true.
a ball.
That's so true. Kevin Bacon essentially gave him his ball.
He's like
Laser ball.
it's really his powers are really powerful. Because he can like increase his own intelligence. He can convert his body into pure energy. No longer require oxygen. Morphing into a sponge. He can even like acquire comprehension of a language by looking at it.
That's cool. Gosh, he would
Yeah.
have been so cool to see. I think
He can't be killed by the Hulk. Like he fought the Hulk once and like yeah. His body he teleported away.
Who could
His
defeat
body
him?
did it. He didn't want to. He went
Maybe-
to fight the Hulk and his body teleported him away.
Could Rogue defeat Darwin?
No.
Could Iceman defeat Darwin?
No.
Could
Could Chuck Norris beat Darwin?
Probably not. I'm just gonna say no to all of them.
That's bullshit.
it's
I think
really
Chuck
funny,
Norris would
though,
win.
Because also like there's the whole trope of the black guy dies first. He was the only black guy on the well, I mean, technically Zoe Kravitz on it, and she's a person of color, but he dies, but he's the only one who couldn't die
Yeah.
in the entire movie, and they killed him.
They let the freaking freaking Banshee. They let Banshee live, but he
I'm going
died.
to talk about Banshee next as well.
Okay.
So yeah, but also in that same scene, like when the guy first comes and he's like, mutants they hate us, blah 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 blah. They're gonna do bad things. Like, why would you let them do that?
Mutants are the
Next, they're
future, but not.
gonna,
He's not there.
but they oh my god, they're kind of cutting to the bad guy talking, and then they're cutting to the team, and then the bad guy specifically looks at Darwin, who was played by an African American guy, and says, "Enslave us."
What the fuck?
And I'm just like, they did that in the movie. Why would they cut it like that?
Ugh.
Why would you edit that? It's so.
That was definitely on purpose. That was
Yeah.
definitely on purpose. 100%. That wasn't just that was yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they killed him.
We'll move on to Banshee. Banshee's funny because he's kind of developed from where he initially was to where he is now. So, Banshee is an Irish mutant who has the ability to scream, like a sonic scream, basically.
So he can use a dragon shout
Yeah, basically.
Dove
to
it.
stagger.
But
Roda!
originally, his powers originally meant that he screamed to fly, not he screamed to force sound so that he could
What
fly.
the wait, no. So he's just looking at the ground, just being like, ah!
So
And
there
it
are
just
there are a
pushes him
couple
off.
scenes
No, he's
in
not.
the
He's just standing there going and he's flying away. That's what. But now
Bro,
he
how
points and
high
actually.
are these people when they create these characters?
I mean, most of the comics were made in what?
So this guy, there were two waves of the X-Men team. So there was the original X-Men, which serves of Cyclops, who can shoot an optic blast. Now, here's another thing. I'm going to quickly explain Cyclops. He can't shoot. What his power is doing is he's opening little portals to another dimension right in front of his eyes, and it's shooting out a blast of energy. The energy is a concussive blast. It's not heat. So it can't melt through things. The only thing that it could melt through is concussive, is friction. It doesn't cut through things, it forces things. So that's why he can shoot people and not kill them. It just blows them back. Anyway, there's also Angel, who has the wings of bird wings, but also his bones are lighter. There's Beast, who started off with bestial form, but then he got blue hair. There's Jean Grey, who is the only one who doesn't really use her hero name, which is Miss Marvel. No, Marvel Girl. Sorry, mucking around. Marvel Girl. Miss Marvel's another character. Marvel Girl, who has telekinesis and telepathy, and she's got whole other things going on. And then it's Iceman, who's my favorite X-Man, who is actually X-Men have a classification of Omega level, which is there's alpha, beta, stuff levels of power, and Omega is the highest. He is one of the most powerful mutants because ice, freezing, stuff like that, but he can freeze the moisture in your body. He can regenerate from water. He's been able to travel through water by stepping into it and then appearing somewhere else. He can go semi-invisible by turning his body, because he can turn himself into ice, by turning his body so sheer and translucent that you can't see him. He can create clones out of ice. He can also increase his size, because he's made of ice, so he can increase his size massively. make weapons with his arms and hands out of ice and all that kind of thing. He's made armies of like snowmen or like icemen to like fight guys. He's just unbelievably powerful.
Damn.
But his character is like he just like he doesn't often live up to his potential, which I
He's chilling,
it's
hanging
part of his
out with
character.
Spider Man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's often out of the original 5. He's like the comic relief, kind of like the little brother, little kid kind of thing. Anyway, so those were the original 5, and they're all like American, so they were all like white, yeah. And then they went to an island called Krakoa, which is like a living island in the X-Men comics, and Iceman, Angel, Beast, and Jean got stuck on the island, and Cyclops was the only one who escaped. And he went back to Charles, and Charles got like, we got to assemble another team to go get them. So he went and got some other mutants, and Banshee was one of them. And these were basically international mutants. Well, some of them not so much, but they had an Irish mutant who can scream with the wingsuit. Yeah,
Like that.
they had a guy called Thunderbird or Warpath. I could never remember, like, because they basically they killed that character, and then later on
Mhm.
they brought back his brother who had the exact same powers, and they called him Warpath.
Oh my
Um,
god.
and his power is like the classic: slightly faster, slightly stronger, heightened senses, slightly more durable, slightly jumping, slightly stronger, like that kind of stuff.
It's like an Olympian.
Yeah.
He's just a better
Kinda.
human.
Yeah.
Um,
He's just better. Just get good, man.
they had the Russian guy called Colossus who
Just
can
a
like
guy that goes to the gym.
he coats his body in like a metal. I think I don't. I'm sometimes not sure if it's coating or if it's like turning into. I think it's more coating, but he also sometimes grows bigger when that happens. But it's also like super strength, that kind of thing. They had the Kenyan, um, basically goddess called Storm who can manipulate the weather and that kind of thing, and she was literally worshipped. Um, they had the German Nightcrawler, who's the most bestial looking one, who looks very similar to Beast, surprisingly. He's blue. He looks like an elf, and he's got, instead of 5 fingers and 5 toes, he's got weirdly 2 on his feet, and then 1 kind of at the back. Like it's like a, you see it sometimes in like a lot of character design where they have 2 front and 1 kind of at the back, like how,
Yeah.
Like
I don't know,
cartoon
Velociraptor.
pterodactyls.
Yeah. But then he has 2 fingers and an opposable thumb. Anyway, he's also got a tail. He looks like a blue devil elf thing, and he can teleport.
Mhm.
Wolverine, Canadian. Yep. Oh, and then moving on to another one of our worst X-Men, a guy called Sunfire, who's a Japanese mutant who was in his mother was pregnant and was irradiated during the Hiroshima bombing,
Oh, what the fuck?
and he was born with the like fire. His name's Sunfire, so like the power of the nuclear blast, like the heat.
Alrighty then.
And it
Whoa.
was just like, oh, it's one of those ones where it's like he hasn't really showed up in like he's kind of disappeared a bit from modern
Mhm.
comics because yeah. Um,
It's
I
also
think
like
I can't,
that's like a
I can't,
product of the time, right?
yeah, it
That's
is.
a and you couldn't have it come out now because it'd be like, how old would he be now?
Yeah.
It's like Godzilla,
Did you guys see
pretty much Godzilla.
the one of the more recent trailers for the movie The Creator?
I didn't know there was a movie.
I've
The
seen them,
Creator.
but I haven't seen them.
Okay, there's
What's
it
The
kind of
Creator?
makes me think it's a film being done by Gareth Edwards that's coming out in September. Actually looks really cool. Definitely look it up. They used footage from what was the explosion where the warehouse blew up on the Beirut explosion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they didn't they didn't study it and copy it and recreate it. They literally just yanked footage through some like in-universe buildings over the top of the real ones and used that in the trailer. So I feel like that's it's
Probably
stuff
not a
like
great
that.
thing to
It's
do.
like yikes.
Yikes.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Sunfire just like hates like the US.
Mm,
Yeah. Um.
fair.
There was Domino, who I was going to mention. Her powers are just weird because like her powers are difficult to write. She just influences probability, but it's not by choice. It just kind of happens. So she will everything just kind of works out for her, and it's kind of like it'd be unbelievably difficult to write because put her in a story. It just means that just things like things just work out, and yeah, it was a bit odd.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm trying to think if there are any other weird mutants. Oh yeah, gold balls.
What?
Sorry, that took me so off
Can you repeat that, please?
Gold
Who?
balls.
Gold
His
ball.
power is he can shoot gold balls out of his body.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait.
Wait, is it just out of any part?
It's usually out of his chest. I think he can also shoot it out of his hands.
Oh,
Okay, so it's like
Yeah.
an Iron Man scenario.
Alright, that's
So he can't just like
It's just like
shoot
crotch.
gold balls out of his ass or like.
I mean, maybe.
It's not out of the question.
It's not out of the ass.
The gold balls are weird.
Okay,
Because
from
he yells gold
behind.
balls a lot, but so the balls bounce, right? They bounce like lodge balls. They're not actually made of gold.
Oh, what? They're
What
just
Would you like to know what they are?
Do I? I don't know. They come out of his body somehow. Wait, you said they're
They
like.
are his infertile eggs.
What the fuck?
I knew I was saving one of them for last.
What the fuck? Gold. What
I'm
is.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Eggs.
Your excuse, oh, this was made like whatever. I'm sorry. No normal
Eggs.
person creates this.
When do you think it
Eggs.
was? When do you think it was created?
I would assume that this is like 80s X-Men.
1997.
2013.
Fuck off.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. They are
It's just a
they were
meme mutant,
100%
isn't it?
like high on the weed.
So yeah, gold balls initially was named.
Can't
His
take
name
that
is
name
his name now
That
is
is 10 years ago though,
because
so
he's the golden goose.
Oh, okay. So, okay. Okay. Oh, okay.
You can see where the character comes. Yeah.
I can see the comic cover. Okay, it's Magneto versus Gold Ball. I can't say. Fuck's
Alright.
sake. Gold balls. Oh.
Yep.
Gold balls.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
I think that's my
Gold balls versus
freaking Wolverine versus
silver
Gold
nipples.
Balls.
I don't know.
Silver
Can you imagine a
nipples.
team, right? A team, and it's just gold balls, the guy who blows up, Forget Me Not, Warlock, the robot man, and
Me, the Glob
and
guy.
Glob Herman.
Glob
right?
Herman
Glob Herman.
versus Gold Balls.
I'm betting Glob Herman.
You will taste the power of Gold Balls. What does he
You're gonna
say?
taste
How does
these
he
gold
introduce
balls.
himself? Like, come
He
on.
yells gold balls. Like he's
Gold
like
Balls!
he's one of those guys that's just like
Imagine
Feast
there
your
like,
being
eyes
some,
on
like,
Gold Balls!
terrible scenario. Like there's like some sort of like evil tech. People are dying, and this dude just
Mister,
drops
mister.
in and yells, "Gold ball!"
Oh my god, the city is taken over by apocalypse. We have. Oh god, who will save us? No fair! Gold Balls is here!
okay, so he is very much portrayed as a like age 17, 16, 17-year-old kid.
Oh jeez.
I take back everything I said.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are some weird ones. There's just a guy who's strong. He's just a strong guy. You know? He's got some
Hank.
red glasses. He's got a little tuft of like white hair coming out of his forehead.
What's
He's
he
just a
called?
strong
What?
guy. His name's Strong Guy.
Oh, this
Wow.
is. Oh, come on.
Real.
Come on.
real-
Really? That's stupid.
Wow.
There's
That is-
Blob. You kind of thought I was talking about Blob earlier. He's just
Yeah.
a really fat dude that you can't like. You go to punch him and your hand just like sucked into the fat.
Ew.
Is
and
he a
he just-
mutant or is he like something else?
He's just a fat guy.
Oh,
No, he's a mutant.
okay.
I mean,
But it's one of those things where
I
like, is
mean-
he really?
Is he actually a mutant? Did he just say he is?
Yeah.
turns out that like Charles Xavier did his scan, but like
I scanned
it didn't.
cheeseburger.
He was like, he's like, you've got some sort of eating disability. I mean, sure.
Do you see an
we'll let
X
you
gene in
in.
me? No. No.
Oh. And that's why he became a bad guy and joined the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
Oh, poor Blob.
There's also Toad, who literally just has like a tongue, and he can
You know
jump
what
like a toad.
happens when a toad gets
Yeah.
struck by lightning?
should- Now that's the team up I want. I want a team up between Toad and Gold Balls.
The best X-Men team.
You know what
Gold
happens
balls?
to gold balls when they get struck by lightning?
I want to know. Do they become fertile?
Same thing as everything else, man.
Fucking
Uh.
Zeus fertilizing that.
No, Storm.
Also,
You
eggs.
fertilized his eggs.
No! Oh no!
Electro balls.
Oh!
Stormy balls.
That's gonna be no. That's
Do you ever get a case of
That's what it-
stormy balls?
that's what it hatches into. Stormy balls. Oh, it's so bad.
But so good.
Fuck.
Why,
Tell
Marvel?
me
You're not allowed
why.
to make superheroes anymore.
Yeah,
I
I
got
mean,
enough.
I
You've-
don't
we've-
collect comics anymore. They've kind of died. Like I think the X-Men have been having like a gala and an election for like the past, I don't know, 4 years.
What the fuck?
I know I don't do it anymore.
Gold
Yeah.
balls was too much.
Do you think? Okay. This is we've listened to these mutants. Make one now. All right. Right now, we'll each come
A
up
guy
with a
who can
mutant.
teleport, who can
You gotta come up with a
teleport but
fun
only
name.
through hat.
I already made up one. I just gotta think
Crab
of like their
face.
powers.
Crab face. All right. Actually, no. Shrimp head. right? He's got like a head, like a bit like a shrimp, and he goes and he kind of like hangs around, right? And he wears like a hoodie, and then like people come up to him like, "Oh my god, who are you?" And then like he's actually just like a killer, he, like savages their
Have you
face.
seen? Have you seen the new Monkey Kid like ocean set?
No.
Google it. I'll tell you the set number, and have a look at the minifigures. No, I'll tell you the set number.
I'm waiting.
I'm waiting for the number. Yeah.
80049.
Did Lego steal my idea? Oh fuck! They stole my idea. God damn it! No! How am I gonna sell my hero shrimp head to Marvel now? No.
Yeah, I like the power of being able to teleport, but only through hats. So like someone could be wearing a hat, and then suddenly a human is just coming out of it
Oh, God.
on the head. There's suddenly another human in between you and your hat.
Wouldn't that like break someone's neck? Like the weight of having someone just like pop on top of your head. That would be awful.
It'd be funny.
Are those supposed to be octopus heads?
Crab.
Damn
Wait,
it.
octopus? What are you talking about?
The more brown colored heads. Is that what they are? Are they crabs?
The brown ones? You mean the orange ones?
Sure, the orangish ones.
Yeah, they're crabs.
I guess they do have the mustache for it.
God damn it. Oh, what was yours, Garrett? What was your music?
I'm continuing the lore of Silver Nipples.
Oh my gosh.
Who's that?
The most feared mutant of them all. Actually, Magneto can defeat Silver Nipples. It's the only mutant that can defeat Silver Nipples.
I can't even get it out. It's so bad.
Is it like Wolverine, but with just like nipples? Instead of like
no,
balls that come out?
No.
He's got adamantium nipples.
He shows up to a fight, and he like...
Ooh, it's getting a bit cold.
He rips open his shirt, and yells, "Silver Nipples!" and it shoots high projectile.
Fuck's sakes.
He lactates high projectile breast milk from his nipples. Let's go.
He'd be very good against like werewolves.
I like to think he'd be really good at like you know those carnival games where you gotta shoot the water gun into the target.
He just takes his shirt off and shoots. What the hell? Oh, fuck's sakes. Come on. Silver Nipples.
Not gonna lie,
Mr. Hat.
This episode got way more rated R than I ever thought it was.
I don't know. I did come in with a sort of energy. I'm going to say apologize now. I made a few lewd jokes this episode. I'm sorry.
I mean,
I want to name my guy who can teleport through hats. His name's Hats Off.
Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty
good. Because
I'm good with prawn face, prawn head.
Does your hat guy? Does he just like appear sitting on your head with the hat on his head?
You can go head first, ass first, whatever he feels like.
Wait, what? Why would he go ass? What? Why? What?
He comes out of the hat ass first, or he comes out of the hat head first.
Oh, okay. I thought you said like maybe someone put their like
ends
hat
up on his head, right?
You put your hat in your like back pocket, and then he like I don't know.
Or do you have to be wearing? I like to think you have to be wearing the hat.
Right.
No.
What if it's like your thinking
Oh,
hat?
that's boring.
You know,
What do you
it's
mean
not
boring?
actual.
Hats
Oh, there's
off
no
versus
caveat.
hats off versus silver nipples. See who wins.
The silver nipples wear hats.
Oh shit.
Prawn head is. I was
Hats
gonna say
off just,
prawn
like,
nipples.
wears a hat with them. Right?
I was gonna
Prawn
say
nipples.
prawn nipples.
Oh god.
That's the thing,
That's their
hats off.
child.
When he
They get
teleports
together.
through hats, he doesn't teleport to a hat. He has to go through hats like a portal, right? So he
Oh.
could stick an arm through a hat into someone else's head, right?
Jeez.
He can use it like, for instance, Spot from Across the Spider-Verse,
Oh my
but with
God.
hats.
He's like a
He's a
magician.
magician.
the-
technically.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
I like to think that Silver Nipples is Surfer Bro. And,
Do you all have an origin? Oh wait,
uses
wait,
it to propel. He uses it to propel him on his
Wow.
surfboard.
Just takes his nipples out.
That's how he gets around.
Right.
Surfboard.
How does that work? How does the nipples help him surf? I kind of miss where the step. I get you need.
No, not like specifically surfing ways, but he's a surfer bro that just has a surfboard and he uses that to get around.
Oh, okay. It has nothing to do with his nipples though. He just likes.
No, it
surfing.
does.
What?
He likes surfing, but like he's a surfer bro, and then he's a mutant. So like,
Is he really?
so
a
like
mutant,
instead
though?
of paddling out, he just turns around backwards and just like
Jet
propels
nipples.
himself.
With like. Okay.
and, and then he like shoots up onto land, and he's like, "Haha, silver nipples."
He's here. And everyone's like,
Whoa.
"Oh, yay!" it's silver nipples. Yay!
Yay! The end of this episode is upon us.
All right. If you had to be one of these X-Men, which would you be?
Glob.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Glob.
Well, actually, you know what? No, I like the don't see me, dude.
I want to be Hat.
That's
Hat guy.
government tracking.
What was his name? Hats off. I want to be Hats off.
That's my guy.
Yeah,
I made him
wanna be
up.
Hats off.
He's not real.
That's gotta be. None of these guys are real.
Yeah. These are going to be the next, like,
He's not in the official canon yet.
Marvel comic, you know.
You're not allowed to be
Marvel.
any of the like
Expect to be
X-Men that I
paid.
mentioned when talking about other X-Men. You can't be like Colossus because he wasn't actually on the list.
Okay, can we have a run through them all again? So
I want the guy who hides from cameras and shit.
I want to be Warlock. I want to be the robot.
Hell yeah.
okay. Well, I'll. Fuck. I don't know. Maybe I'll just be.
So you're
Sunfire.
Forget-Me-Not, and I'm
Gold balls.
I'm Warlock. Brent's Gold Balls.
All right, I'll be Gold Balls.
Nice.
All right.
Shoot your unfertilized children out of your ass. Let's go. What's your super cursed X-Men that you came up with? Send it to the email 2Kiwis&Cheese at gmail.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Goodbye.
Watching, listening. Aha.
Good.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.